In this position, it's pretty crazy, right? Since, well, first of all, white's king has no protection at all, and there's a black pawn on a2 with the rook behind it storming down on it. On the other hand, black's king is pretty much kind of protected, although there's an open h-file with a knight, a queen, and a rook trying to attack there. So both sides aren't that safe. And here are white, as you can see, and there's a few moves here. First, you might think e6 move, right? Since it blocks off our queen, which is right now being attacked by the bishop, and it kind of and it's kind of advancing and opening up the f-file, and then removing the bishop and the queen, which we might need, but probably won't. But the problem is, it opens up this diagonal over here, which means taking the queen or the bishop, the queen is more elegant to be honest, will result in checkmate for white. So pushing the e pawn won't work since that just opens up this diagonal, which is too dangerous for white to open. Instead, you might think, well, queen to h4 is a good move, right? Like threatening, if black, does something else, threatening queen to h7 checkmate. Although black can create an extra flight square or an extra square for his king to run away. And yes, you could consider some queen sacrifices like this, but eventually after a few checks, black can always hide on the square g8. And what can you do down, right? Like you're down a queen. So that won't work. And instead, I have to find a key move here. Rook to h8. It's kind of a little hard to explain at first, but then when you see why, it's a lot easier. Since first of all, the more direct checkmate for white will be king takes h8. And now we play queen to h4. The problem, the difference is here. Back here when we played queen to h4, black had a chance to move his rook. But now, after we sacrificed a rook, well, now when we play queen to h4, it's check, which means black doesn't have that chance to move his rook away. So now when he moves his king, now we simply have checkmate. And another move that black considers is taking of the bishop. But again, the same thing can happen. Queen here, and the rook can move here. That's a flight square, but now queen to h7 check, same thing. And then when the black uses his flight square, now we have two checkmates, either taking the bishop or using queen and helpermate on f7. So either way, instead of using the more obvious idea of queen to h4 directly trying to checkmate, we actually have to sacrifice our rook to get the job done.